Penn State has just lost the homecoming game 33-13 to Illinois. Here outside Beaver Stadium, I'm Feinstein with Jon Blauvelt. Let's get into the post-game recap.
First, I want to talk about the defense, because really, heading into the game, it was the one sure thing about this team, and they really did not play well at all, John.
Yeah, that's right, Eric. I mean, coming into this game, you could always rely on Penn State's defense to step up and make a big play sometime throughout the game. And in this game, Illinois virtually just dominated our defense. I mean, if you look at some statistics, for total team rushing for Illinois, they had 54 carries for a total of 282 yards. That is 5.2 yards per carry, and that's really just something you can't have happen on defense. They were running up and down the field, and really all of our gaps were exploited, and it was really just a mess in general.
Yeah, and really, when the quarterback for Illinois, Steelhouse, had 61 yards rushing. I mean, you're not going to beat teams when you're giving up 61 yards rushing to him, and their running back also had 119 yards.
Right.
So really not a good performance. Now on to the offense. Penn State's offense today came into the game with scoring 2 touchdowns in their last 12 quarters, and really did not play well at all. The play calling was suspect at times. They'd have a short run, another short run, and on third down they'd run a pass play that came up short. What are your thoughts about the offense?
The offense was really anemic. I mean, I understand that you run the ball to bring out the pass. That's a concept that really everyone knows, but sure, you run the ball on first and second down, you got to air it out eventually, and they just really weren't doing that. I mean, you had that one play action pass to Moy there that actually worked out, but they didn't really attempt that too many other times. And it was very conservative, I thought, on Penn State's part.
And the rushing, Evan Royster, 11 carries, 35 yards, an average of 3.2 per carry. Really, he has not played up to standards this year at all. And when you look at the rest of the team, total rushing was under 100 yards again. And if you can't score and you give up a lot of points, they gave up 33 points, which is the most all year that they've given up. And actually, it's the third worst loss since 1990 at home for Penn State, especially on homecoming. Not a good sign.
Back on Evan Royster, too, I mean, if you just watch the way that he runs with the ball, he's not running north and south, he's running east and west, and every running back knows that you really can't do that. You got to go in between the tackles, and you got to just go north and south, and that's something that Evan Royster wasn't doing, and that's evident in his statistics. Like you said, going 11 for 35 yards, that's just unacceptable when we are relying on the running game with the freshman quarterback.
And you mentioned the freshman quarterback, Rob Bolden, today was 8 for 21, 142 yards. Not a great performance. He was overthrowing guys. He threw into coverage. There was a bunch of plays where he was getting pressured, and the ball was knocked down at the line of scrimmage. So really, kind of another freshman performance for Bolden. But you can't blame him when the offensive line really isn't giving him that much pocket to work with.
Right.
But still, you want to see him making plays, and I don't think he really did that. So looking ahead to next week, Penn State has a bye, no game, so that'll be a good thing. They have a lot of things to work on. What do you think they need to work on to get better?
Definitely, they need to become more efficient in the red zone. I think they have to come up with a few plays in the playbook that will work in the red zone. You can't go into the red zone continually and just put up 3 points. You need to get in the end zone, and that's what wins you ball games, you know.
Another thing real quick, the defense, a lot of linebackers need to get healthy or banged up, so this week of rest will be good for them. After the bye, we get Minnesota on the road, and then a big game here at Beaver Stadium against Michigan. And that'll do it for Jon Blauvelt and Eric Feinstein. Back to the studio.